Assalamu alaikum. Today's recipe will be how to make makluba with lamb meat, and for the ingredients you will need 4 green cardamom and 3 bay leaves, 4 black peppers and 2 cinnamon sticks and 4 cloves. Then from the masalas you will also need a half teaspoon of haldi, that's turmeric powder, 3.5 teaspoons salt and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Then from the other ingredients you will also need 2 eggplants, bangan otherwise known. Please cut them thin slices like so, and when you place them on a pan that's gonna go in the oven, sprinkle it with oil and salt. I'm already done that. And then also 2 large potatoes, same, peeled thin slices, and then sprinkle it with oil and a little bit of salt. Then you will need also 2.5 cups of basmati rice, 900 grams of lamb chopped, and 2 to 3 spoons of oil, 3 to 4 tablespoons of both are tablespoons, the oil, 2 to 3 tablespoons oil, and about 3 to 4 tablespoons of tomato paste, 3 cups of water, and 1 large onion sliced, and 1 large pepper sliced. I also have fresh coriander bunch here, and also almonds. They were blanched, and later on I roasted them as they will give more nice taste then. A full list of ingredients I will be adding also on a YouTube video description. Full list, and if the video is on TikTok then just follow the link in comments or in bio. Now you can preheat the oven. I have it fan assisted up and down, and if it is Fahrenheit then it's 450, or if it's Celsius then about 230 degrees. I'll have to put in bangan, which is eggplant, and potato now in the oven. So once the oven is ready and warm, place in the bangan, which is eggplant, and potato slices for about 30 minutes. And while the eggplant and potatoes are preparing in the oven, I'm gonna take a pan and add a little bit of oil and make it small to medium fire, because what I'm going to do here is I'm gonna add onions to make them kind of transparent. And I'll also be adding peppers to soften them. So while the onions are softening, I'm adding also peppers. Best is if the fire is small and you also cover it, so all the juiciness and flavor stays in, but small fire. So once it has softened, then please remove it from the fire and put it in a plate. I'm gonna put it in a plate to put it aside. We're gonna need this later on for the layering. And now for the next step, we will need to prepare the meat, and I've taken a large pot on medium fire. I'm gonna warm up the oil, and now in the oil I've added the meat that has been washed already. I've added the spices, except these ones will be needed later. Salt, turmeric powder and pepper will be needed later. Those ones put aside, and let the meat change the color from all the sides, and then I'm going to add the water. So the meat has changed color for a few minutes with the bay leaf and black pepper and green cardamom, all of those spices. Yeah, as I mentioned, I'm not adding now salt, haldi and black pepper. That's going to be later. And now I'm going to add 3 cups of water and let the meat cook till it's tender, soft. So make it medium fire and cover it and let the meat cook. So meanwhile, potato slices and eggplant I've taken out of the oven and put them aside for the layering. They were ready. Now once the meat is cooked soft and tender, please remove the bay leaves and the cumin and the bones. So just put aside the meat, yeah, and the liquid that was from the meat and the cooking. Measure 5.5 cups to put here in a bowl. if it's not 5 cups, if it's less, just add water, so the total of the liquid is 5.5 cups. I had about 3 cups of the stock, so I had to add water, size this. So total should be 5.5 cups of the liquid, which is the stock, and if you need water, add water, but total should be the liquid 5.5 cups here. And once you have that, add please and mix it, the tomato paste, and add the masalas, and then leave this stock on the side. Basmati rice needs to be washed and drained, and now you have everything basically prepared for the layering. So now that everything is prepared, we can start layering, so we can finish cooking makluba. I have sprayed the oil on a pan, and I have evenly placed eggplant as a first layer. And for the next layer, I've placed evenly potato slices also that were in the oven previously. And for the next layer, I've placed evenly the meat that has been cooked, and I have removed the bone. And next layer, I've placed the onions and peppers that we previously softened in the oil. And for the last layer, I've added the washed, drained rice. And once I evenly distributed it, I gently press it down gently please, so that it all stays together. And now I'm gonna pour evenly, carefully, the meat stock together with water, the amount that was supposed to be 5.5 cups. So this is the meat stock that I'm talking about. Once you mixed it with the potato paste and the masalas, and it should be 5.5 cups. So that's what I wanted to make clear, that we are adding it now gently to the rice. But make sure that when you add it gently, so you're not moving the layers. So once you completed the layering and you added the stock, so now you can place the fire to medium and wait for it to start bubbling. Also for the top layer, you can add the roasted nuts. When the rice will cook with the water, it will be together nicely. So now, as you can see, it's starting to bubble from the sides. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it. Preferably if you could use lid with a towel to make sure that it's sealed. Then put a heavy weight on top. Lower the fire small to medium, and let the rice cook the whole makluba dish for about 50 minutes on small to medium fire. 50 minutes. Put something heavy on top. So once the 50 minutes have passed on small fire, then 50, meaning not 15 but 50 minutes, almost 1 hour, yeah. Please switch off the fire and let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes. So once it's ready, mashallah, I can see it's fully cooked. So I'm gonna place a bigger pot on top, as this will need to be flipped around. Make sure to have a steady hand and strength to flip it around, and if you need, have some helping hand. So I have flipped the dish, and as you can see all is cooked, the meat, the rice, and the potatoes, bangan, and I've added some fresh coriander. It's ready to be served, and you can have full recipe in YouTube channel Desi Zaika with Mahira, and the link will be in the comments of the video or in bio if it's on TikTok, and full ingredients will be on YouTube in description of the video. Thank you, and enjoy and subscribe for more.